Well, buckle up and strap in. We are deep into our epic shakedown trip, journeying all the way from Bunbury in Western Australia right through to Melbourne, and we're going via Uluru on some of the toughest and most remote roads in the country. If you missed last week's episode, we picked up a brand new Titanium HS2 hybrid caravan in Perth, and we're now putting it to the ultimate test. This week, it's all about hitting the dirt roads, and we're talking dust, caravan suspension, chassis coatings, and so much more. Plus, we discover an incredible and vibrant geological feature that you got to see to believe. You are not going to want to miss this. Righto, well, the detour is continuing. We've just left Varley and we've hit the dirt. We're heading on our way back up to try and join back up with the Hyden Norseman Road. The flies are friendly, that's for sure. There's plenty of them around. Just going to give the whole rig a bit of a test on the dirt, not just the caravan itself, but also our packing skills, and check how our packing's going and make sure that things aren't moving around too much. It's definitely a really important part to us as far as a shakedown goes, is how it goes on the dirt. We've got the dust suppression in this one as well, so we've turned that on, just airing down the tyres now. The corrugations aren't too bad. We just did a little bit of a few Ks just to test it out. Very different, this van, suspension-wise, to what we've used before. So our previous two vans have both been XT suspension from Cruisemaster. Our first van was drum brakes. Our second one was discs. This one is the ATX. So Cruisemaster's sort of flagship suspension. Downsides are it's heavier and it's more expensive, which are two of the main reasons we haven't spec'd it on a van before, but I'm keen to test it out. This one's got drum brakes spec'd, comes with the rolling sleeve airbag, so it's a very different style of airbag to what we've used before, the more bellow style. So I'm keen to give that a test run and see if it is worth the dollars and worth the weight sacrifice. And the chassis in this one is again, it's a third different type of chassis that we've had as far as the coating and the finish that's on it. Our first van was gal, hot dip gal. Our second van was a painted chassis, and this one is actually like a Line-X coating, so it's similar to what you might be familiar with Raptor coat, but it's more of like a rubberized sort of coating. I think it's the best compromise between durability and cost and weight. I think this coating, if it holds up over the next few months, including a lot of corrugations and a lot of dirt that we're planning to do, I reckon this could be the go. So we'll keep you updated on that and our thoughts as we go along. For now, we've got a couple of hours, probably an hour and a half to the first point of interest, which is the Breakaways. Meeting up with Harry Fisher as well. Make sure you stick around for that, and we'll get aired down and hit the dirt. Let's go.
Oh, so excuse the flies. All right, I've just been in the van. The only thing I could see that I forgot to do was turn the hot water off. Everything else is stowed, nothing's rattling around, nothing's bouncing around on the corrugations, which is always a good thing to just double check before you do a really long stretch of corrugations. And I reckon it's time to hit the road. Oh, you reckon that's what's rattling?
Yeah, the jockey wheel holder. But you can't tighten that anymore because it hits the chassis.
Darling.
Oh, they've wet the road down for grading, obviously, and which is great. There's no dust. There is mud sprayed everywhere.
It was a white van,
mate. Now it's just going to be like dust glue. It's just it's the worst. Anyway, what do you do, eh? The fun of Outback travel. It's a little bit slippery too, just quietly.
What kind of tyres have you got on?
This van's got all-terrains fitted, which is good. So they're Yokohama all-terrains. And I reckon that's something, I've never had Yokohamas before, but I've heard good things. I'm keen to try them out for a bit. But in general, I think something to keep an eye out for if you are shopping for a van is the quality of the wheels and tyres that they put on them. Because I think that tells you a lot about how seriously they take their quality, but also off-road travel. If you're looking at a van that they're claiming is like built for Australian conditions and is going to do all these amazing things and, you know, take it off-road, take it anywhere, and it's got cheap crap Chinese tyres fitted to it, I'd be asking questions about how seriously they take that statement, because it's something that you see across the board, even on some reasonably reputable manufacturers, and they just use crap. They cut corners on things like tyres, and that makes me think, I don't know, maybe it's the tradie in me, like from the construction days, but if you're cutting corners in one spot to save a few dollars where quality does matter, then chances are there's other spots they're cutting corners that you can't see or that you might not be aware of. So it's always a good thing, I reckon, when you see a van fitted with good quality tyres. So I'm pretty keen to, like I say, test out these Yokohamas. Toyos on our last van were really good, and we got Toyos on the car. But yeah, always keen, as you can tell, always keen to try something new. But yeah, let us know what all-terrains or off-road tyres have you tested out, and what do you rate? It's always a good debate. I reckon everyone's got their strong opinions about tyres and what's been good and what hasn't. But touch wood, I shouldn't say this, I always think it when I say it, but 3.5 years of full-time travel, including a lot of dirt, off-roads and four-wheel driving, and we've never had a puncture, never had a flat tyre, never had a major failure or minor failure of any kind. So touch wood, hopefully that continues, but I guess it'll catch up with us one day.
Probably in about 10 minutes time now that you've said that.
Yeah. Alright, finally back onto the Hyden Norseman Road where we wanted to be originally. That's quite the detour. We've got about another 50 k's or so, and we'll pull up at the Breakaways and check that out. We did this trip in the reverse late last year, just before Christmas, but we were on a bit of a time pressure to get to Busselton for Christmas, so we didn't really stop and look at too much along the way. And we're going to crisscross around this area because we're going to take the back way up to Kalgoorlie, and then we're going to come back down on the Holland track and do some full driving without the van, and then we might even do a little bit more without the van, exploring around as well when we do that. So we're going to explore this region pretty thoroughly over the next couple of weeks, which will be really good. Looking forward to that, but for now, we'll get down to the Breakaways.
Alright, we're off the bank. Oh, I know how annoying it is now when you're filming and you block that mirror. Alright.
What's going on here?
Oh, I'm driving. So this is my first drive with the new hybrid on. I think I just hit...
That was a gear change.
Yeah, that was a bit of a shonky gear change, I'm not going to lie.
When was the last time you drove with the Caravan on?
Oh, look. Let's not go there. It's been a while. It is noticeably narrower. It's only marginally wider than the Cruiser, so which is one of the big things for this van. I think it's about 30 centimeters, am I right, in total, narrower overall than our previous van.
Roughly, yeah.
Roughly, externally wall to wall. And I'm hoping, because I'm not a really confident driver with the van on, I'm really hoping that having a narrow body Caravan is something that will give me more confidence towing. Like I'm quite okay to tow on big open roads like this. I don't mind corrugations, but I don't feel confident towing through towns or anything like that. I think both people, for safety reasons, need to be able to confidently tow the van that they've got and manoeuvre it through any situation. Overall, this is easier than I thought it would be to tow. It's kind of weird that you have to really look to see where it is because it's so much smaller.
Is that your relaxed look?
This is my relaxed look. This is my nervous look. Just keeping my eye out for this turn off, which should be in about 400 meters.
So this is the Breakaways.
What do you know about it, Doc?
Well, a breakaway is basically just a gully or a cliff where different soil types and different rock types cause erosion patterns like this. So obviously the harder harder rock stays behind, and the softer rock and soil and clay and sandstone and stuff like that gets eroded, and this is what you're left with. There's a real variety of colour here, like really rusty red ochres and right through to pale white and oranges and yellows,
dark
and
purples,
browns. Yeah, it's cool.
What I can tell you about it is if you're driving a caravan, it's really pretty and really distracting, and
you have to hand over back to your husband to drive.
because I can't be trusted to not look at the pretty rocks.
We were going to go about another hour up the road. There's a cool little salt lake that we were going to go and stay at, but we might do a night here first and go there tomorrow.
I think this is going to look beautiful at sunset. Another point of attraction here is if you use the long drop, is the world's biggest redback that I have ever seen. It was massive. Our
kids also jumped out of the car and took off that way, and I haven't seen or heard from them in about 15 minutes.
I'll go get them.
We probably should go and find our children as well. Do you want to shut that door?
Yeah. I can hear them.
You can hear them? Normally they make plenty of noise, and I can see them now. Oh yeah, they found a good little spot over here actually.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
In the rock. James is up there.
Oh, of course he is. Are you in the highest, most dangerous spot, James?
No, he's right there.
Oh, he's just there. I see him. This is pretty cool, eh?
I can't believe this is just here off the side of the road. Like, you're just driving through what they call woodlands, and I was like, what is this granite trail? And then you come here and it's just like stunning. Like, this is so incredibly beautiful. It's like an artist has come along and painted all the rocks. I can give another 2 hours and it'll be mint.
Please didn't. We climb up there.
You climbed up there, did you?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll show you the way.
I'm good. Oh yeah. Well, this is a beautiful little spot. I was just reading about these eucalypts. They're a special type of eucalypt that are only found in a fairly small area around here, and they're famous for this ribboning bark that comes off them that you can see a few of them that blows in the wind and makes a special noise, and they're very closely related to another type of eucalypt in further north in WA, but these ones are very special to just this granite belt area. So there you go. Breakaways and special gum trees. What a great spot to camp for the night. It's very wet around here. There's plenty of little water, like bog holes and stuff, little potholes full of water, and yeah, it's making me sort of nervous excited about the Holland track, because I know it's pretty well known for deep bog holes and a lot of mud, so yeah, it might be particularly muddy.
Do you want some white gloves there, Mrs. Bouquet?
Yeah, I like to just check. There's nothing getting past the seals. You can see where the dust has been, and there's nothing past the seals. You can see over here where we did a quick job wiping before we left this morning, and where we've wiped, there's no new dust. There's still dust where we've had it open in the wind yesterday. It was pretty windy. You can see there's no, I don't know if it shows up on camera, but there's no dust here, but there's dust there, which is just where we haven't cleaned.
I reckon that's my arm length.
Yeah, it would be.
That's where I can reach.
Things get taken out of context sometimes when you say them on YouTube, and I'm not implying there's dust inside from when we travelled. I want to be very clear. The dust is from camp before we travelled. The seals worked. There is, however, plenty of mud here on the front of the van and all over the stone guard that is going to be a lot of fun to clean off.
This is like a termite mound. That is caked on.
It'll clean up okay, but it's just, yeah, that thing of when you're out places like this, it's going to be a while before it gets any water on it to clean it. It'll be, yeah, a few days, but anyway, hopefully it doesn't bake on too hard. Otherwise, someone's going to have to clean it, and that someone's probably going to be me.
You look good cleaning though.
Thanks, yeah. Pretty easy dinner tonight. Another one of our favourites, pre-marinated, boneless meat. This is a pork one. They're good because they're shrink wrapped too, so they last for a long time and are easy to pack in the fridge and freezer. I think we're just gonna have it with a bit of salad. Nice and simple one. The kids are losing their mind. They've been in the car for half a day, and there was a lot of flies at camp yesterday, so they were in the caravan, and you're a bit tetchy, aren't you?
Yes, we want to get out, but now there's heaps of flies here too, and Dad's just told us there'll probably be this much flies for, well, 3 months.
Yeah.
So, inside for 3 months.
No, what did I say? I didn't say inside for 3 months. What did I say?
Flies for 3 months.
Get used to it, buddy. All right, meat's cooked. We're gonna go for a little bit of a walk. The light's just gotten really good. The sun's just dipped down behind the horizon, and we'll let the meat rest. Liz has got the salad already knocked up, and we'll go have a bit of a look at these breakaways.
You should come in here. It's so gorgeous. It's like an amphitheater of beautiful rock walls. It's like, I've never seen anything like this. Come have a look. Come into my new living room. Oh, I just want to live here. I just want to like back the caravan into this spot here and then just live here. I would happily have walls like this in my house. Wow, you have to come and see this one. It's in the middle of the wheat belt, like this granite boulder woodlands trail. It looks like absolutely nothing as you're driving through it, and then you come off the side of the road and you get this. This is crazy. Look at this like little wave rock. Harrison, you want to go surfing with James? Because it looks like a big wave.
Yeah, this is wild. This is like the color, the intensity of the color is something like, it looks fake. It looks painted, or yeah, it doesn't look natural. It's definitely the most vibrant color I think I've ever seen in rocks or in anything. It's pretty wild. And the contrast even looking through here back to the green and the browns of the bush behind it, and then you got these whites and pinks and oranges, and yeah, it's pretty wild. A lot of people said to us, make sure you get other breakaways when you go back through, and whoever you were, all of you, you're right. This is unreal. This is really cool.
Thanks, Mum.
Oh, do you like that, Dad? Thanks, Mum.
And then he just added for the salad.
For the salad, yeah.
Mum. Thanks, Dad, for the meat. I still need the Band-Aid.
Do you want me to get you a Band-Aid, mate?
Yes.
The bark bit your back, eh?
I'll get one.
It's time